Welcome live to the Fowler show on this lovely Monday, the 3rd of January 2022. We've made it to the new year here. I don't know how we managed that because I had no content for about 2 months, but I got plenty of content this week, plenty of live interviews for you. And we're kicking things off on this very late edition of my show, which is going to be scheduled till 5 p.m. Eastern, believe it or not. A bit too late for me, 10 p.m. my time, a bit late. For me, I'll probably doing this at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK time because it's the best hour of the night, prime time in the UK. Just after the rush hour, start the rush hour in the US. My guest today is joining us from the East Coast, I believe. I could be wrong. From Boston,
no, you're right.
I hope.
Yeah.
From Boston. And
Boston,
I should have
baby.
announced, I should actually ask my guest how he pronounces his second name. So I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his second name. I was going to say his first name. Hunter, welcome to my show this afternoon or this evening. How are you doing all the way in Boston, Massachusetts?
I'm doing great. It is freezing here,
Is
actually.
it now? Is it?
But it's really warm inside. But I
Well,
worked
that's the main
out.
thing.
I was still like warming up. I worked all day outside today, so I'm warming up. I'm feeling good. How are you feeling?
I'm doing very well, and I should say as well, I hope everybody enjoyed that new intro. Of course, the music side and the background is new. The actual intro itself not new. Apart from the ending 3 videos at the end of that is new, but apart from that, nothing else is new. But want to say hello to Catherine Kenny. Or Caitlin Kenny, to say Caitlin Kenny in the live chat. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. Hope you're doing well. And of course, to anyone else maybe tuning in, leave a comment. Let us know what you're up to. Or you can use the hashtag on Twitter of the Fowler Show, which Hunter does not use currently. He's been inactive on Twitter for a few weeks or so. You're missing out, aren't you, on the good old Twitter?
No, I do not like Twitter that much. I don't miss out on it. I spend way too much time on it.
Do you? I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Could not tell by how much you've tweeted out. Anyway, I'm sure in later this year you'll be on Twitter more often, reporting on important information to the people who
Oh
live
yeah, you're right.
in your area. So I'm sure your people, depending where you are, will be based in after May of 2022. That's when you, of course, graduate from Suffolk University in the US, not to mix it up here in the UK word of Suffolk, a great town here in the UK. But that's about, 4 months away, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoa, we have about 4 months.
Yeah.
That's coming up fast.
It is going out fast. And then, so what is the next thing then? What's your next dream after graduating? After you've been there since, isn't it, since like 2018 you've been there, and you're going to be graduating this May. How long, what's next for you after May?
So after May would probably be well, first off, I'd probably need applications done in the middle of the semester.
Got ya.
So hopefully applications are already done and I have a job waiting for me in some, if I could pick, it would be a New England cable news station.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Why New Zealand? Why New England? I almost said New Zealand there for a second, so my apologies.
Oh, I would imagine if I went to New Zealand, that'd be awesome.
But the worst time zone.
It's got a
That's the worst
kiwi
time
bird.
zone. That'd be the worst time zone for everybody who knows you.
Yeah, I'm not against traveling either. That'd be really cool. That'd be a lot to handle, but that'd be fun.
But why why New England? I keep saying New Zealand, but go ahead. New England. Why the New England area? Is that closer to where you are? Is that closer to all your friends and family? Is that the reason why behind that?
Yeah, that's a good spot on. New England's where it's at.
Got
There's a
you.
lot of good writers that come out of here. I want to be a writer one day.
What for news or for acting or for both?
Just for myself. Like I want to have a lot of like journals written out, like figuring myself out. And there's been a lot of good like poets and writers like Jack Kerouac's from Lowell, and he just like turned 100, and there's like a 100-day celebration coming up for him, and he has his own park. and he was just someone that spoke out for Lowell citizens and was a part of like the Beat generation and made a huge movement in journalism. Um, so I want to be able to write like that.
Well, fingers crossed, as they say. Never give up. Always try to be the best, and you should get there one day, as they say, through many different connections you make, as well through the world of acting or journalism or even both. However, I should mention as well how this came about is because I reached out to Hunter on a different platform. And then I was thinking for a while, I don't know when about we actually connected, but maybe last year, I think it was, sometime last year it was. And I was thinking last year to reach out to you, but I thought probably not, because he probably might be too busy, or he probably doesn't do interviews because he's an interviewer, so we turned the table on Hunter here this evening. But once, just to see how he feels under pressure. So I thought I'll reach out to him on Instagram at the beginning of this year, wasn't it? And he responded, and because I followed you, and then you followed me back, and then I DM'd you, and then and that's how we got here today. So I do thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, for taking the time to chat with me today.
That's so cool how you say schedule. I say schedule, you say schedule. Thank you, Edward.
No worries. No worries. He obviously likes the way we say certain words. It's great. But yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. So what got you then into journalism? What inspired you to become a journalist?
Well, writing was one of them, definitely.
How young?
And
How young did you start writing?
I think like I don't want to say 6 because I think it was 6th grade, not 6 years old. And I wrote a Halloween horror story, and it was called The Sour Bell, and it was about this like all these creatures and these like kids going through a haunted house and stuff. And I thought it was awesome, and I wrote so many pages worth of it. And then that's when I started writing. And then later in college, I wrote a lot more, and I wrote like journals and stuff like that. And it was more of just like doodles in my thoughts and like talking to myself. And I realized that was a form of reporting, like journalism. So then once I turned it away from myself and to other people, that's where I started stories coming. So journalism kind of was something I chose going in after graduating high school because I knew I was good at writing. But then my passion kind of grew from seeing it hands-on in college.
Got you. And of course, it has helped you to go into other areas because I don't think there's many journalists out there. Could be completely wrong. You may know loads who have done the same thing you've done, but you've also expanded out of just writing and journalism into acting as well. You're a bit like an actor, aren't you, Hunter?
Yeah, I am, Edward. Definitely. I'm finishing up a show right now at Suffolk University for our film club. I'm their president this year, and it's actually 1 year anniversary of working on it right now. So I have Sigs and Gigs. It's a short film that I pitched last winter break. We picked it up, filmed it halfway through our semester. Then next fall we did pre-production. We're finishing pre-production. Gonna shoot right when we get back and finish Sigs and Gigs, a show that short film that I directed, wrote, and acted in.
Nice. Now, one more thing, which I mentioned here, is there a clip of that from what you sent me, or is that something else differently?
No, I actually do have a clip of Sigs and Gigs, but I'm thinking we should save that. We can wait on watching.
Okay, that's fine. We can wait for that. We're gonna share that because I didn't know what clip it was because he sent me some video.
I didn't send it yet.
Oh, okay.
Did not
send me. Okay, got you. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. He sent me some other videos he wants me to show in this, so we will do that in due course. But I hope those both productions go very well for you, Hunter. And I hope it's a great success for you before you do graduate in May. And it's going to be very sad to see where you end up because you're a great actor in the New England area, so I'm hoping you will stay in that area. Hopefully, if somebody out there sees talent and just sees you for a very fantastic actor you are.
Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. I mean it. So you, went to university in 2018, and you began your writing / journalism course, I'm guessing, or did you go straight into acting, or did that come later on?
When I started at Suffolk, I knew that I wanted to do all the production work first. So I got into, so when you start as a journalism major, you're starting as a film major would. So film and journalism majors kind of have the same courses of production, how to work a camera, how to see visually interesting shots. And then you get specific where film goes more into actual documentary stuff and film, while journalism gets the writing and the broadcast work. So when I started, you normally get something to go with you in journalism, where it's like writing 1 and journalism 1 and journalism 2. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do journalism part second, and started my freshman and sophomore year doing all the production work.
Got ya.
So I had a lot of hands-on stuff going into it. I started with the production, and then now I've taken all of my journalism requirements, which were broadcast 2, SU News, where I had to produce 3 different newscasts with my fellow broadcast journalism majors. It was extensive work. And now going back, I have one more SU News, which is doing a production work for a newscast. And you would, as a journalist, would have a story every week. You have to come up with a news package every week.
Gotcha. So you have
so it'll be like my drill time.
Yes, I was just reading a question that just popped through. Again, feel free, leave us your questions either on YouTube or on Twitter using the hashtag the Fowler Show, and you can tag myself or Hunter in the tweet, and we'll read them out on the air during this broadcast. Like in the moment, we'll read out that question just came through. But before we get to that question, though, before we get to that juicy gossip, I have to get into about this movie. The movie is I'm very fascinating about, and many people are also, which are very interested to find out. What were one of the key things you learned when you took and learned all the production side of things? What were some of the things you learned which you thought maybe had been easy when you maybe saw the equipment for the first time, and you thought, oh, this be a piece of cake, and then you saw how much hard work goes into it maybe?
Oh yeah, so that would be feedback and getting criticism and getting critiqued. I had to learn to absorb it. So not necessarily the equipment part, it was more of like, oh shoot, I did something wrong with the equipment. I need to just put my ego aside and ask hey, how did I do this wrong? I need to know. I don't know how to do this right.
Fair enough. Good answer.
Yeah. Now I feel great though. Every time I go to do a new broadcast, I'm I need everyone's eyes on it. I want to know what you think, because eventually everyone's going to see it.
Yeah, that's very true. And as you see, everyone's seen it, including me, hence me, out of the UK.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there you go. Everyone's seen it somehow, some way. YouTube works in magical ways. Maybe a lot of people might see this episode tonight, and by tomorrow I might have 1 million subscribers. Now, that's a joke, by the way. Now, did you ever press any wrong buttons or press anything incorrectly on the equipment you handled?
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons you could press wrong. This one time I got a really great interview and realized that I pressed the record button. I turned off recording, and I was like, okay, time to record. And then I went back and I clicked off button, and it clicked it on. And I was like, I didn't record any of it. It just started recording.
Oh no! Did you have to redo the interview, or did you find somebody else?
No, I lost that interview.
Got ya.
I didn't get the interview. But it's okay. It makes me more like aware to be like, okay, that's not gonna happen again.
That's fair.
And it does. It always happens again.
Now, you so who inspired you then as well? Like, who inspired you to get into writing and becoming a journalist slash actor? And is there a few people who inspired you to say that if these people can do it, then so can I? With with driven and motivation.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'd say my mom first.
Of
She's the one
course,
who taught me
always
how
gotta
to
give a
write.
shout out to your parents. Always have to. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad too. My dad drove me everywhere I needed to go for like acting. My mom was always like the the critique, giving me the edits on whatever I was writing or grammar mistakes. Or she had to be like the other characters in the script in my acting book. And then for journalism, it comes from Hunter S. Thompson in The Beat Generation. And what is his name? I don't forget, but Hunter S. Thompson's number one, most important one, because he has my name. It gives me like this like parallel connection. I'm like, oh, I can totally do that. Because in a time when like journalism and the trust in the media was like swooping down in the 60s and was getting like people were not trusting what people were saying in the news because they're scared. He
Yeah.
came back and wrote such hard news that was very like informal. It wasn't trying to be in a structure that was had to talk like the news talks. It had to be straight up and it was the facts. And he got people interested in doing journalism again because his writing was like, oh, I want to go and do that. I want to go write like Hunter S. Thompson. But the difference between them and Hunter S. Thompson is I'm a 20-year-old years like it's like from when he was alive and I'm still influenced by him. I would like to be someone like that.
Good answer.
Someone who's like
I do
gone,
like it.
whose
Yeah.
writing is still here. Thank you.
Oh no, I do. It's interesting to hear different different inspirations and how they get their inspiration. So I do like that answer. Um, so after May, before we move on, this is the last thing we mentioned about Suffolk or graduation. So after May, then, and this could be for anything in the future, what would be your dream job?
Oh, um,
Is that to work in the news, or is it become a actor?
I would have to choose. I would be a
Well,
writer.
you can do either. You can say both, but I mean, is a particular dream job you want to have?
Oh, that's a good question. I would definitely like to start in news, but if I could work into acting, I'd totally do acting.
You'd be a
Um,
good actor, believe me. There's a lot of great. There's a show on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's I can't remember the name of it, but it features actors like I think they're like new actors or not very big actors featuring on a show where they get spooked by antiques. So, like for example, there's somebody controlling the show, telling people who are other actors to say stuff to get them tense and to make them scared before something like a ghost or something happens on this show. And you'd be great to be in that show. You'd be absolutely perfect for a show like that. Believe me, you'd be great to see you on that.
You'll have to find the name of it. That's funny.
I will need to find a name of it. I will find it. I'll go on my list. I watched one episode so far. I'm going to go on my list and I will send you a screenshot of it.
Awesome.
But it'd be a great show to see you on that, by the way. But now moving into the world of acting, we have a question coming on YouTube, and this is a question I was going to ask you as well. So it's great. We can go
I
off
got a
the same.
question.
The people love you, see, Hunter. This is what happens when people love you. So you were involved in a Netflix movie. Now, I didn't know this until I went on to do some background on you the other day, where you probably got notifications saying that I viewed your profile on that website. It said on this website that you worked on a movie on Netflix in Adam Sandler's movie Hubie Halloween as an extra. Now, how did you get the role personally onto this movie?
My mom. She
You
started
got a
a
good mom.
Facebook.
Yeah, you have a good
Yeah,
mom.
I have a great mom.
Yeah.
She she started on Facebook, and now she was like, "Do you want to go and like try out for a priority extra?" So we went to Peabody, Massachusetts, and all we had to do was show up in like a Halloween costume. They would take your picture, and then the casting director would like let you know a couple weeks later.
Got ya.
And then they let me know that I got a priority extra casting. I forget the actor's name, but he was one of the kids in the movie, and he was the bully. And I was the priority extra that was like the bully's friend. So whenever the bully walked in, I and I'm a very nice person, so it's like, oh, there's Hunter with all the bullies. Whenever my friends see it, it was a great role. I got to dress up. They put me. They had like we had nights where we went from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. and then I went
Really?
to work. And it was over the summer, and I went 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. and then got home, took a shower, and then like 8 o'clock in Boston for the studio, or 9 o'clock. It was some like only a few hours in the distance. I had to work at
Whoa,
the
hang on,
studio
hang,
right
hang on,
afterwards.
hang on a minute. Did you ever get any sleep during that time or not?
No, I got to meet Adam Sandler. You don't sleep in front of Adam
So
Sandler.
you're telling me you poured a 24, like the TV show 24, if you ever seen that show on Fox,
Uh-huh.
where nobody sleeps, nobody eats, nobody goes to the
That's
toilet,
a
nobody
brutal show.
drinks. So you're telling me you did a 24 like on the TV show 24 when you went in for this
But I
role?
did get snacks.
Did you? Okay,
I got
you got
snacks.
you got
I got
something
food.
then. At least you didn't starve to death
And we
for
got
24
breaks.
hours.
Oh my gosh, no. I would not do it again.
Because on that show from 20 years ago, 24, they you never saw anybody have anything to drink or eat or even go to the toilet. So it's like, how do they stay
What?
up awake for 24 hours filming it? I have no idea. But anyway, back to the movie. Um, how being on set with Adam Sandler and of course the other people you were closely in contact with, who you may have been chatting with and whatnot in the background, what experiences did you learn from that? Because it ties in with Kathleen Kenny's question. So you were in the movie Hubie Halloween with Adam Sandler. Can you talk about the experience?
It was wicked cool. It was insane because there were so many stars, and you could like, there's like a way you can tell someone's a star on set because of the way they have like this like stance of confidence and like a bubble around them because the cats, like the other ensemble, can't talk to the main members, so all the ensemble just talks to each other, and they just stand there like this, and you're like, oh my god, I don't know who you are, but you're definitely one of the stars. um, there was a lot of Disney, like new Disney Channel stars that I didn't know
Really?
at all.
So you saw
But there
the
was some that were
future.
from like, yeah, it was weird. It was weird because I grew up with like not that distant of like Disney Channel
Yeah.
like stars.
Can you
But
name
I didn't know
can you
any of
name
them.
drop any you saw, or don't you know who they were at the
No,
time?
they were all the kids.
Fair enough.
Adam Sandler was there though for that scene. So Adam Sandler walked by me, and
Wow.
I was in a full like vampire makeup, vampire teeth with blood, and my beard was painted black, and my hair was painted red, and it was a mohawk.
Got ya.
Um, and I just walked by him, and I was like, "Hey, Adam Sandler." He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he kept talking.
So at least you had an interaction with Adam Sandler. At least you can put on your CV saying, well,
It was so cool.
we call it CV over here. I don't know what you guys call it in America, but over here we call it CV. So you can say that you've worked and actually had a brief conversation with Adam Sandler. There you go.
You bet I did.
Yeah, well, that's good. Good interaction. And did you have a good time then on set? It sounded like you had a good time. Did you pick up on anything when you were on set, like things you may use for in roles you may use in the future for your own university plays or anything else like that?
Yeah, I really like how they treated us. They were very nice. Like everyone who worked there wasn't rude about anything at all.
Well, that's good.
You weren't treated like you were less than the like main stars.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I like it felt wicked professional. I keep saying wicked. That's
It's fine. You can say that as much as you like. I don't
cool.
believe there's any copyright for that at the moment. So
Yeah, you're right. I can free.
yeah, yeah, you can say as much as you like. This is your show on my channel, so this is your interview. This is your life, so you can say wicked as many times as you like.
Oh, wicked, nice.
But I mean, like, is there anything you picked up on, like from other actors, where you thought, I might put that into my acting when for my next play or whatnot? Did any of that happen when you're on set, or if you can remember? I know like 3 years
because
ago.
I wouldn't act like Adam Sandler. I did like how they did the production side, though. I didn't really care for Adam Sandler's.
No, I'm not saying about just for Adam
character.
Sandler. I'm saying for like the other actors on set, the people you may have worked with.
No,
like
I
that.
think the directors did a really good job of they knew how to move, and I don't know, they know how to direct, they know how to talk so that they communicated exactly what they wanted, and the rest of the crew would be like, okay, this is what the director wants, and they all moved. Like the way it was organized, I was like, I want my set to work that way, where there's such a strong connection between the crew. Everyone's just buzzing, everyone's moving around.
Oh, that's good.
I would like to take that away.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you were able to take that away and use it for your own gigs as well. Have you ever thought about doing your own movie or TV show in years to come?
Yeah, so we're actually finishing up my first ever short film for the Suffolk Film Club, Ram Camp Productions. That's what I have the video for later.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
just a promo video.
We look forward to seeing that. Have you sent that or not?
I'll send it right now.
Okay. He's going to say it right now as we speak. While he's doing that, we can take a bit of a plug at what's coming up on this channel this coming week. Oh, that's not the right image. That is very funny. As usual, this show is never prepared. We'll just turn that off. There you go. That's the right image. That is something else there. This show is usually prepared, but obviously today we're a bit of a rush here, and we've put things differently. So hopefully you should be able to see that. That's what I wanted. Okay. So welcoming guest this week on the Fowler Show is tomorrow at the usual time of 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. We have Flex coming on the show. He's an entrepreneur. It was just a recommendation of a guest I had on the show last year called D Money Johnson. I reached out to Flex last January, believe it or not, and he only just returned my message this week. So a year in the making. We're going to bring him on this tomorrow evening, and then of course on Thursday night, same time of 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. It will be Carlos Garcia, who's a broadcaster who has done the show at 6 p.m. UK time as well. So that's going to be a good interview, good week of interviews, and we're kicking it all off with our current guest, Hunter. Welcome back to you, Hunter, on our screen there.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Indeed. We do have a... Well, I'm not going to read that comment because it's not in English. So it's an English-speaking channel, unfortunately. So we're not going to pay attention to that one. Let me know if you... I don't know what the plan is. If you're going to share your screen. I know that went a bit wrong before we were testing it off camera. But I can share it on my end if you want me to do that.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So... let's see if this will work. If this does not work, then I apologize. Okay, I see what you mean. So this is the preview of your short camera, isn't it?
Yeah, my short film, Sigs and Gigs. Check it out.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put this up now, and there's no copyright music or anything, is there, in this?
No, so everything in Sigs and Gigs has been student created. So all of the music that we're using is student musicians that I've worked with in Boston.
But I just want to check. You know me, I like to...
Stop playing with me. I don't want to hear none of your...
Need to share the screen because otherwise you can just hear music and you can't see what's going on. Okay. Oh, I see. That's how we're doing it. I just realised how I am actually making Zoom possible. I just realised something. Okay, now I know what I'm doing. Okay, I just learned something for next time when I do my next Zoom interview. This is the second time I use Zoom, ladies and gents, so I do apologise. Now, what is the screen I'm trying to do? Now, usually, it works straight away. There we go. So, let's play you this video, shall we?
Just make me afraid. Come back in July. I just can't stand your face. Get the fuck out the way. Could you be so nice? 2 shots of that drink you can't get me. 3 shots and the night will end back here. 'Cause all these dollars are making me tipsy now. We can't be kids. Just make me afraid. Come back in July.
Are we rolling? Breaking news from the North End.
So that was the clip. It's Hunter has kindly sent us a few minutes ago. What a clip that was. That's a good teaser. I do like that. Now, a few questions on that. Did you produce that, did you? Or
Yeah.
Very good.
I storyboarded that.
Very good. Editing. I like the editing of that video.
Thank you very much. I worked really hard on that. Yeah.
No, you're welcome.
That's one of my favorite scenes in Sigs and Gigs.
I do like as well the characters in that as well. You got like some is it different like eagles masks or something like in it. So I do like the masks and the costumes as well. So very good. I'm guessing that's just like a clip of what you can expect once it's released. Do you know where people can tune in to watch the whole movie when it comes out?
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to actually have a red carpet premiere in May for this. So there'll be a lot more promo coming out on our Instagram at Ramcam Production. But also, we're going to be putting it up on YouTube and Vimeo as well. So
Nice.
It'll be up there.
Nice.
It'll be under my name too.
Gotcha. Okay.
You'll find it. We're going to have a lot of promo for it.
That's great to hear. Well, I'll have to subscribe to your channel then as well. I've not done that. And if you have not done that either, you should do so, by the way. And also, if you've not already, then you should also follow my guests on Twitter and, of course, on Instagram. You know, please plug your social media, Hunter.
Oh, for sure. Do you want me to put it in the chat on YouTube?
Yeah, you can do that. I'm just going to delete.
Also, make sure you guys, everyone out there, follow Edward, because Edward's got a cool channel going on.
No, thank you. You know, it's a very. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, you see that? There he is. He's in the chat room. So, good question as well coming through. Someone wants to know: does the film have a title yet?
Yeah, I'll text it in the chat. It's called Sigs and Gigs. It's about the modern roaring 2020s instead of the 1920s. I'm really excited about it. I thought about it sophomore year during my production classes that I was taking.
Got you.
And I was like, I turned to my friend Kate Norwood and I was like, this is gonna be my name of my show or film, and then it ended up being the name.
Well, I do like the name of it, Roaring Twenties, and of course Sigs and Sigs. Good name, Sigs and Gigs. Coming out in May of this year, so check it out on social media. Keep checking Hunter's social medias and checking his YouTube channel and all the other places where it may appear on Vimeo and of course youtube.com as well. Also, as well, the different genres as well of acting. There's many different ones. What genres of acting do you like the most? Like, do you like action? Do you like romance? Do you like a bit of comedy? You know, what kind of acting would you apply for?
I wouldn't want to do sad that often. Sad acting drains. But I really like when you have to be funny and you have to act funny. Because I think that's a really hard challenge, is to be funny. Feels more of an off the cuff thing.
I don't think so, because you're quite funny. You've made me laugh here this evening. I think you can do it very naturally, being funny. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's so much fun. There's so much laughter and stuff. And I also like movies that wouldn't take themselves too seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, something that's like you can have a serious lesson, but you can make it a really fun story along the way.
Speaking of a film, another film on Netflix. Yes, I'm doing a lot of Netflix plugging here this evening. You won't know this person, I don't think, but he's a former footballer who played for soccer player for you, former player for Manchester United called Eric Cantona. He is in a show on Netflix. Now it's in French, but through the powers of technology, you can make that audio into dubbed English, which I learned last year. By the way, I've been watching stuff in different languages with subtitles across the bottom of the screen for a very long time, until someone said, didn't know you could just dub the audio. I was like, really? You can do that? So anyway, I did not know that. So anyway, his name is Eric Cantona. He's in a French show, and he didn't rob a bank. He went for a job interview about a hostage situation. Now, because there's a lot of funny moments in it as well, like serious but also funny moments. And he went for this job interview, but he was told weeks in advance that he wasn't going to get picked, because apparently the fix was already in of who was going to be picked already. It was some woman. So he went anyway, and we watched the hostage situation happen, and then he was given some different questions to tell the person in the room with him to say. And in the end, he decided to get his gun out and then hold the actual people in the same room as him as hostages, and took them same people into the room with the other hostages. So it went from very quite funny questions. Like, for instance, he asked somebody to get naked because he was wearing a women's underwear kind of thing to try and break him. And then later on, he then made a hostage and shot somebody in the leg because they tried to attack him, and then he gets arrested at the end of the scene. I've not seen episode 5 yet, but it's on Netflix. Wow. Again, I don't know the name of the film. I mean the TV show, unfortunately, but it's on my list.
I remember.
Just to give an example of an example of what you said there. So it means you would be perfect for something like that as well. You'd be but I don't think you'd be a very good bad guy though. I think you'd be more like a good guy.
Are you kidding? That sounds like such a challenge, Edward. I totally make a good bad guy.
I don't know. You probably could be a very good bad guy, but in reality, I just can't see you as a bad guy.
Do you know the Game of Thrones, the Queen, Cersei, is the most lovable woman in real life? Really? She's the nicest person on set.
Wow.
And she's the main villain
of
Game of Thrones. Well, besides the actual, that's cool acting.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is very bizarre. But yeah, I agree. It can happen, can't it? But I mean, you could not tell, could you? You could not tell. If you agree with what I'm saying here, put in the comments section. Let's say yes or no, and we can see if Hunter would make a good good bad guy in a movie or not. I don't think he would be. I think he's more like a hero or somebody who gets in the way of the bad guy. But anyway, that's my opinion here this evening. Let's see.
That'd be a huge double cross.
Yeah. Yeah, well, speaking about it, you've probably seen this movie on Netflix. Probably, I'm hoping you have, because you do follow him on Instagram, like the rest of us in the world. Dwayne Johnson. You know, you've probably seen his new movie on Netflix between him and Ryan Reynolds, haven't you?
No, I haven't. The last thing I saw by the Rock was Jumanji 2.
Oh,
I saw it
okay.
because of Jack Black.
Got ya.
If you want to talk actors inspirations, it's Jack Black.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Kathleen has said yes, so she thinks that you'll make a good bad guy.
Nice. Thank you very much, KK.
Red Notice, you should watch that movie. If you want double or triple cross, then that's the movie for you. No spoilers, apart from that. But there you go. Is it okay with you to show the other 2 clips you sent me?
Yeah. So
can we go through? Let's go through the first one, which was Draft 2 Vamps, shall we?
Oh, okay. So this is my favorite broadcast package I did this year.
Okay. I mean, you mean last year?
Yep. Yes, last year.
Okay. So here it comes. Here, if I found out what button it was. Is this it? Yes. Okay. Take a look at this news package, I guess.
Known internationally and now known in Salem, the Endless Night Vampire Ball has taken over the Hawthorne Hotel.
We'd like you to not be able to get past the front door without being on our guest list.
Once you're checked for COVID, it's time to hit the dance floor. Have a sip of absinthe upstairs and lounge around in the basement library. With a strict dress code,
no jeans, no superhero costumes.
These vampires are all about fashion. Now listen closely.
Anything you see in a movie is completely false.
Not everything is true.
Living vampires, we do not drink blood.
It means more than that.
Respect, honor, integrity, chivalry, carrying yourself well.
You're welcome no matter where you're from.
I'm coming from Philadelphia, PA. It was the closest Endless Night for me.
The Endless Night Ball is about looking good and feeling good.
I'm just excited to see like a full Salem Halloween.
I wanted to see if she was right, so I headed back next week for the Hawthorne Halloween costume party.
Let's go inside. Let's check out how the party's doing.
We need some singers on this one.
With a mystery band and a crowd full of costumes, this turned out to be a jam-packed Salem Halloween.
Another brilliant clip again. Whoever edited that footage on your behalf, or remembering yourself, who got the camera angles, very good. I do like the camera, especially the one when it zoomed in on the glasses, and of course the different costumes as well. Even your costume as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. So that was Salem had 2 different Halloween parties. The 2 weekends before actual Halloween. The day of Halloween is reserved for the Witches Ball, but I went to the Vampire Ball and the Halloween Costume Party Ball. The Vampire Ball was the biggest collection or gathering of vampires in Salem's history, and they all met at the Hawthorne Hotel, which is like a haunted old mansion of Salem.
Got ya. And when you went to this haunted place, did you see any mysterious things happen?
Yeah, so they have a basement. So they have 3 floors, and there's
Nice.
like a VIP section upstairs, the actual ballroom, and then in the basement, it's like a library, and it's dim lighting, and the ceilings are very low, and there's it's soundproof, and there's mirrors all across all of the basement.
Oh wow.
So everyone's reflection where they're sitting is amplified to a bunch of different directions. That was so cool, but it was so trippy. I was like, oh my god, I'm not alone down here. There's ghosts. It was very cool. I was able to take so some of that footage was actually shot by my roommate. Well, it was shot by me as well. My roommate Christabella and my vice president of film club Tyler Eld. They all go to Suffolk, and I told her, my roommate, about it. I was like, that's creepy basement. And she was like, I want to go. And we actually had, because I was going to report on it, I was able to get them to come as my crew. And she went to the basement, and she was like, I can't hear anything. It's soundproof down here. It's weird.
Interesting.
It was so much fun. Yeah, it was a blast. That is why it's my favorite of the year.
Yeah.
Like, it was really exciting to write and to pull
Well,
a story out of.
And not just that, but I mean, everybody who went and from the outside, people were very happy and very, happy to be there. Even people reacting to what you were saying as well as they were walking past. So that was something you don't always get as well. Sometimes it can be unpredictable what may happen when you report live from the street of a certain place. You don't know what kind of reaction you may get. But I mean, will you go back when there's nobody else there, kind of thing, with you and your friends, just to see maybe shoot a parallel, show kind of thing, a bit like what other people do nowadays on Amazon Prime and such.
Whoa, that would be really cool if I could like pick a location I've been to. Salem would be really cool. I feel like Salem's overpicked. I think it's been used too many times
Oh, okay,
for all Halloween stuff.
that's fine.
But
I mean,
lol,
you
I'm
have to
open
find somewhere else where not many people go to. Is it like an abandoned
Yeah.
place?
oh, there is a market in Lowell, Massachusetts, called Cody's Market, and they sell the best beans. So I would ask them to cater because they're like a market, so they have
Yeah.
a bunch of different foods all the time. I would have them cater the actual show and shoot the scene in their market. I've been getting so some backstory. I've been
Yeah.
getting beans from this place since I was little, so it's been like
Yeah, just like a random place. You just see
no, it's
when
not
you
random.
drove
It's how
past.
it's home.
Fair enough. And the other clip, which he's sent us this evening as well, is that time I spent.
Oh yeah, so this is a concept unreleased music video I worked on for a band, Champagne Charlie and the Wawas. They're from Berkeley College. And it's really cool. I worked a lot with them. I got to report on them. It was a lot of fun. So check it out.
Let's check it out right now. I hope it works.
Time he spent chasing demons, I spent them falling for you. And all of the time he spent calling lovers, nobody called me but you. And all of the time I spent falling to pieces, nobody coming back together like you. And all of the time I just felt like nobody comes like you.
They get shorter and shorter, don't they? These clips you send us. I was funny a bit more then for the
Going down.
the
No, it's only it's
cool.
unreleased, so I wasn't gonna show all of it.
Oh, that's fine. But either way, it was still quite short for what I was expecting there. I thought it would be a bit longer than that. But anyway, I wasn't expecting the end to be so sharp there at the end there. That caught me off guard. But what a clip that was. I do like the music in that one, in that clip.
Yeah, the Berkeley band is awesome.
Yeah.
They're really talented.
They are, and hopefully more of them might. Hopefully there be some more music and maybe more people hearing, and before you know it, you might hear it on the radio.
That'd be awesome. That'd blow my mind.
Let's see as well. Then, how did you, moving away from everything to do with news and acting here, ladies and gents, we're gonna go right on to something completely different. How did you spend Christmas and your New Year? Then, did you have a good Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, I had an awesome Christmas and New Year. Finals were really hard, especially with COVID getting so much worse. I almost had a test scare because I was exposed to someone with COVID.
Oh no.
But I ended up getting a negative and I quarantined and I was okay. So that's how I started winter break. But then after that, I was out of quarantine by the time Christmas Day came. So it was a lot of fun. I just hung out with my family mostly. And then, so the day after Christmas, I hung out with my best friends. And we hang out in Lowell, and we hang out at my friend Jabelli's and Daryl's apartment. and we did a Secret Santa swap.
Oh,
So it was a lot of fun.
did you get anything?
And then
Did you get anything good from your Secret Santa swap?
yeah, I got my friend. So my friend Chris Bacus and I got each other, and he got me beer, chocolate, and this best friend bracelet
Oh yes.
that I'm wearing. And I got him a Star Wars poster book. It was a tiny little Star Wars poster book, and it had all the Star Wars posters in it.
Oh nice.
And then I got him a Star Wars logo. And a little like notepad.
Yes,
that
I
you
can
carry
come in
around.
handy. I can come in handy for your reporting, or if you become an investigator. People might think you're investigating something now. So yeah.
My friend Chris, he likes to rock climb, so I'm thinking he can put that in his like pocket while he's rock climbing if he has
Yeah.
a rock climbing thought.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. Could we ever see you come to the UK?
That'd be incredible. Actually, possibly. I'm supposed to go to, knock on wood, for spring break. I'm going to Ireland for a week.
Oh right,
I'm trying
okay,
to travel around
okay, okay.
as long as there's no COVID restrictions. But
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be going for a class.
Right. Well, that's technically not the UK, that's Ireland. But I hope you get to
No,
go to
yes,
Ireland.
I'm saying I'd be able to travel when I get to Ireland.
Right. Okay. I mean,
Like I'd be able to go to the UK.
Oh, I see. Means you get to like go to Northern
Like
Ireland.
I have like a better opportunity to get to the UK through the spring break.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Means you could go to Northern Ireland, and then you could hop on a flight from Northern Ireland, or even from Ireland, over to the UK, like to the rest of the UK, like Wales, England, Scotland.
What's the first food I should try if I get to the UK?
Well, you know what kind of? Let's have a look. I'm just going to Google quickly this food because I made sure that it's not available in the UK. Because I think you should try anything with pastry on.
Pastry.
Pastry. Yeah. Or even a good old British fish and chips.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Now I'm hungry.
But that would be my suggestions really. To get into the real spirit is either go to a local pub, get the local vibe, try some of the pub food, maybe go for fish or chips, stuff like that.
Got it. I'm noted it all. I think if you came to Boston, Massachusetts, you'd have to try. It's not very Boston, but it's a poutineery, and they make poutine, which is this French Canadian dish that I love. It's so good. It's just French fries, gravy, and cheese curds with like bacon.
Interesting.
So good. They're from this place called Sauce, S-A-U-S.
Oh yeah.
But also you'd have to try the clam chowder.
Right. Okay. Well, you have to bring me out to Boston in the future. I have to say. But if you ever get the chance to come to the UK again after your little trip to Ireland, and then maybe decide to go from Ireland to some part of the UK, you should come to Manchester, UK. You should come to here sometime in the future as well. I mean, we can meet in person.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we could do an interview in person. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, there you go. Do an interview in person. Yeah, there we go. Why not? I never done that one before. Again, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, Hunter. I hope after May of this year that you won't be restricted from not coming on the show again.
Oh yeah, I'd totally be on the show again if you'll have me. It's been
Great,
fun, Edward.
great. Because I hope I don't have to reach out to your future employer, who that might be. I can just contact you directly, I hope.
I'll have my people call your people, Edward.
There we go. Again, if you enjoy this episode, before we do that, actually, as I say as well, make sure you have not already but follow Hunter on Twitter and on Instagram. He's put his handle on the YouTube chat. While you're in the YouTube chat, if you're not already, but subscribe to his YouTube channel, share him around to all your friends, tell them about this great broadcaster slash actor who I'm sure will be breaking the internet in the coming months and hopefully years to come. As well, for me, hang on, I'm going to ignore that. From me as well, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Father Show, and I hope you will join me again later this week for my next 2 big interviews of this week to kick off January of 2022 with Flex on tomorrow, and then Carlos Garcia joining me on Thursday at my usual time of 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. That's the time we usually do it at, not at 4 p.m. Eastern, not 1 p.m. on the West Coast, and certainly not 9 p.m. in the evening here in the UK. But if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like it on YouTube. Make sure to share this video around to all your friends. Tell them all about Hunter. Tell them how great of a guy he is, not just from a broadcaster standpoint, but from an actor as well. And as well, make sure to leave a comment in the comment below. Let me know if you enjoyed my questions towards Hunter. Did you think we were a bit harsh? Maybe I thought I was interrupting Hunter maybe too much. Or let me know ways I can improve this show even more. And as well, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you enjoy the content around here. We do always subscribe for new episodes when they come out. We try to upload very frequently, but the more subscribers, the more likes, and the more views we can get, the bigger people we can get on, and more people will say yes, and more people actually will respond to my emails. Because for the past, from October to December, I was actually reaching out to people, but many people didn't respond back because they saw that my channel wasn't growing. So, you know, if you can help me out, I'll really appreciate it. But until the next episode drops, which is less than 24 hours from now, enjoy the rest of the 3rd of January 2022 from Manchester, UK to wherever you're watching us. Good night.